courts had legally invited witnesses from institutions that are specifically responsible for issuing a certificate that is in contention, and a director in charge of certification in NYSC appears before the tribunal and gives accounts, claiming that the certificate that was tendered by the gentleman, the winner in the mind of INEC of that election, did tender a forged certificate. And the DSS, a total interloper, appeared in the same tribunal and also gave a narration of its investigative activity, whereby they try to justify the validity of a certificate they never issued. There are other witnesses that were also summoned. The tribunal that took good enough time to listen to these witnesses from individuals that are directly involved in issuing the certificate in question. You now end up just throwing everything away and just saying, well, it's not a big deal. The certificate is not even required for somebody to be qualified to run for office. This is a blatant attempt at rubbishing the certification process in Nigeria. If nothing is done to correct this wrong impression of the tribunal, that it doesn't really matter whether you tender fake or a valid certificate, insofar that that certificate that is being contended is not a primary requirement that qualifies you for that office. It is an indirect way of saying, of a court saying, we don't care whether you have fake certificate or not. That is not how a court should operate. A court must make a definitive finding. If a question is submitted before a competent court of law, it is the duty and the constitutional obligation of that court of law to give a definitive, unambiguous determination of the prayers formulated before the tribunal or the court. You don't throw away prayers that are submitted before you on a very whimsical kind of reason. You must reach a determination, either or. Either you validate it or you invalidate it. In the light of the issues outlined above, HURIWA and Patriotic defenders of national institutions firmly call for a thorough and impartial review of the Enugu State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal judgment to ensure that justice is served. The evidence presented by the NYSC and the allegations of certificate forgery warrant a comprehensive re-examination of that case. Furthermore, we demand a nationwide investigation into the authenticity of the NYSC certificates issued to individuals holding public offices. The credibility of these certificates must be verified to maintain public trust and uphold certification integrity and standard. In addition, the rule of law must be upheld without exception. The tribunal's decision should align with established legal principles, and justice should be administered impartially. The judiciary must remain independent and free from bias. HURIWA and Patriotic defenders of national institutions emphasize the need for a thorough investigation into the allegation of overvoting and beavers bypass during the election. We remain resolute in our commitment to defending human rights, upholding the rule of law, and protecting the integrity of our democratic institutions. We will closely monitor developments in this case and continue to advocate for transparency, accountability, and justice in our democracy.